What's the big deal? Can't you just,
And that's toxic power. That's using power in a way that's not fair in the relationship.
Why is it toxic?
Because
what is the tone when you say what you just said?
I think it's a imbalanced relationship in a way that feels manipulative.
Right.
Like they're using
There's a word
that.
for it.
What?
So sometimes she's like not very present, but she does care about her friends. So she was like, how are you doing? I just heard. And I was like, how are you doing?
So how is she doing?
I actually talked to her right before I came in here, and she seemed pretty positive today. And I think she knows that this is going to be a long and scary journey. And the thing about Taylor, she always tells the truth. She's known for that. And I think she's going to handle this in the best way possible. And I think she's taking a beat to figure that out. She's not just running to TMZ and leaking stories. So I think that's the right way to go about it.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
TMZ is having like
the best week ever.
Literally a renaissance. Like TMZ is like, we are so back.
That's so true.
Obviously, there's a lot of speculation online that people close to Taylor have been leaking things to the press, or people close to Dakota or Dakota himself. Like, have you heard anything about, and do you know of anyone leaking anything?
I don't know who it is, but if I had to guess, it's Dakota.
Would you do it for me?
Wait.
Not me fangirling. Okay, me pushing my mic way too, pretending.
Okay, I think that's the right key. So I do take a breath. That's what I do.
Okay, take a breath.
An never-ending midnight sun. An never-ending midnight sun. I think that was the right key. I think it was lower.
If that wasn't the right key.
Maybe it's up there. Yeah.
I just got tears in my eyes.
Oh, stop it.
Wait. No. I'm not even gassing you up. Every single woman in this room right now, your voice.
Oh, thanks.
Getting a little live performance right now. I'm like, I have full chills.
But I used to do that. I think that was like when I used to go to these like record labels to be signed. I would be like, and now I'm going to sing a cappella for you. Like old school shit.
And then they would just literally with their mouth open be like, oh, shit. She doesn't need any auto-tune.
5 minutes. So I got to give them like a good chunk of what I do and who I am. And just the way it was received, I just could never have guessed like how much it was going to do for me, because it really felt like maybe it was just my For You page, because that's all it is. Just me.
You're like, they were loving me, Alex, okay? I was thriving on that tour. Me.
Yeah, but I saw so many videos from it and like people engaging with it. And even though I don't have Twitter, I have my friend Vandala. Sometimes she sends me like the hit tweets of the week. and people were like really, really positive. And I think also the story of it all, I think the lore, like people love an underdog and people love to root for someone who they feel like is like on the come up a little bit. And I think because I've been doing it for such a long time, it's like there is so much history to it and there is so much lore. It's like, this is not like an overnight thing, and people could be like, wow, like she's worked so hard, like she deserves this. And I think that like adds to it.
And having two women that are so good at dancing,
Yeah.
like you're gonna have a good time that night.
Oh, for
and
sure.
singing. Both
Yes.
of you are like insane dancers and singers, so you're like,
But it
I'm
was
gonna enjoy. It makes me think a little bit, and I feel like we all have those people in our life where you kind of hear that friend be like, oh, my partner and I never fight. We never even get in little arguments. Like, what is your take on that?
Trouble on
dynamic?
the horizon.
You're fucked.
Trouble on the... No, because, conflict avoidance or only doing that which we both like. We only see the movies the two of us like. We only go to the bands the two of us like. We create sameness at all cost. At some point, it starts to feel like in order not to lose you, I ended up losing major chunks of me. Every relationship, and you asked me before, what are the things to look for? And I will answer it a little differently. I think that one of the most important tensions all relationships, every dating story will have this, is how do I connect to you without losing me? And how do I stay connected to me without losing you? In every relationship, you will find that there is one person that is often more in touch with the fear of losing the other, and one person more in touch with the fear of losing themselves. One person more in touch with the fear of abandonment, and one person more in touch with the fear of suffocation. And they often meet.
It's always the dad.
Right.
What's the relation with the dad? I wanted my dad's attention.
Yes.
Said I wanted other men's attention.
Yes, exactly. But I think now also, maybe I hate to say it, but like in my relationship now, I think he has made me realize that I don't need like outside validation because it has to come from within. And how do you find that within? You just, I'm saying corny things on corny things. Like I was going to say you have to love yourself. But it's true.
The 13-year-olds are like,
yeah, they're like,
yeah.
Next. Yeah.
But it's
no,
true.
and like, how do you love yourself? I think you have to like have a lot of grace for yourself. You have to surround yourself with people who are like uplifting and non-judgmental.
No, it's such a good point. It's like the amount of times, and everyone's timeline is going to be different, but the amount of time you have to take at some point in your life to realize like you're going to keep getting a 0 to nothing result when you're looking for other people's approval and you're looking for people to validate you.
Yeah.
And the minute that you are able to source that all within yourself,
And there's still, it will always be there.
of course,
But it can't be like the source
ever
of
present.
it. No. And we would just hang out, and then all of a sudden it was just like us there, and we were like, and he was like, oh no, I missed the last train. I'm like, you can take an Uber, but shh. You know what I mean?
Who made the first move?
It was so in sync. Like he obviously was very interested, and he made sure, you know, you just know.
Yeah.
You just know. But I've never looked at him in that way until I did. Like I was never in the relationship looking at him thinking like, he's always been beautiful, but he's very friendly and he's very like respectful. So I think when I got out of my relationship and we started hanging out, it was just like one day, like, wait a minute. And then he stayed over for like a week, and we just got like closer and closer every night. And it's such a cute story because really, we probably would have like gone down to business earlier.
If a guy freaks out, they're just scared you're going to leave them.
They're a
They're
fucking
insecure
loser.
that you're going to leave them because you're going to be too hot. That is like such a red flag if a guy's like, no, you're beautiful the way you are. I get that. And I do believe that some guys are like, I don't change your face. I love the way your face is. But there's a secret part of me that thinks when guys are like, don't get anything done, is like, don't upgrade because I can only have you if you look this way, and you would leave me if you could upgrade because I'm not good enough
It's
for
so
you.
fucking true.
And that's what's going on most of the time. Like, I always just see like, this is a separate issue, but like, you know, like I've been in relationships like this before where you get really dressed up and the guy like won't say anything. And you know he notices, like you look stunning and you've just worked on it. It is because and I know so many girls listening right now have been through this where you're like, you put in so much effort and you see them see it and they don't say anything. They are not saying anything because they're insecure that if they build you up too much, you'll leave them and you'll have too much self-esteem and you'll do better than them. It is always that. Girls. It's not that they don't think you look hot
At all.
Or they might be like, what's that red lip? It's because they're literally threatened. I promise.
You told Howard Stern that commitment felt like admitting defeat or settling. Do you still feel that way?
No, I don't feel that way anymore. I feel,
Okay.
no. I mean, innately it is settling. You do not know that the person you are with is the best person for you. There's too many people on this planet. You haven't met any of them. You never will. So you have to settle.
Okay.
There could be someone better for you. And statistically, there probably is. There is. The odds that you met the person out of 8 billion people on the planet that's best for you are kind of low. But I do think that whoever you end up with, luckily people end up in like the top 10% of people who are most compatible for them in the planet. And that's like a win. But there's other people that would be good for you. And I don't believe in soulmates. And I do believe you have to go like, you know what? This is the best I can do right now. And I'm like, well, I'm a brand too. And also I like being on TV, and I know I'm smart and I know what works on TV. And people would say, but you're like Joan Rivers, like you don't need to be pretty. And I'm like, Joan would be so fucking offended by that, by the way. Joan was so smart, one of the best joke writers of all time, best comedians of all time. And she was obsessed with her looks, obsessed, because she knew that's what mattered. And she felt ugly coming up, and she would make fun of her looks. And that people think she's ugly because she would call herself ugly, and they felt like they could. And my joke was like, I do want to be Joan Rivers because I plan on dying on an operating table too, which she did. She died undergoing a medical procedure, and to look younger. It was on her, vocal cords, but it was like about appearing younger. And it is important, unfortunately.
I want to read a quote too, because another female comedian, Ali Wong, said about you. She said, for the longest time, we were led to believe that physically showing any sort of sexiness was going to work against you in stand-up. She's pulling off what some of us might have thought was impossible. And she's talking about you.
I love
Do
her
you
so
agree
much.
with that?
That is so nice. I would say I'm not trying to be like a trailblazer of like women can be sexy and funny. I like pretty girls on TV. I always wanted to be one of them.